From the Fox 25 studios in Oklahoma City, this is the Fox 25 Primetime News at 9.
And we are starting with some breaking news just into our newsroom. Police are investigating the death of an OU student.
Let's get straight to Fox 25's Jennifer Falsetti. She is at the live desk bringing us the latest. Jennifer.
Yeah, Mike and Wendy, earlier today, a freshman was found dead on campus. Now, OU police are investigating. There's no word yet on a cause or manner of death at this point. But President David Boren did release a statement. We just received that within the last half hour. He says, "We are deeply saddened by Kyle Carey's tragic death. Our deepest sympathy goes out to his family and friends." Again, limited details at this point. The only thing we do know is that counselors will be on hand for any students on the OU campus that would need those. We will keep monitoring this for you, though, right here at the live desk.
Jennifer, thank you. We are right now monitoring road conditions as temperatures continue dropping tonight.
We've got your back looking at the possibility of those wet roads refreezing overnight. Let's take a live look outside tonight where things cleared out some today, but we are not done with the precipitation.
Yeah, let's get right to Fox 25's Chief Meteorologist Jeff George with a timeline on what is coming next. Jeff.
Good evening, everyone. First of all that winter precipitation is pretty much out of here and it's not coming back. But what we have left behind in Oklahoma City going west are a lot of messy roadways, but things seem to be improving because most of this afternoon we did get a lot of rain and that did melt most of the ice and snow we have picked up the past few days, and things have gotten a little bit better. So what we have are icy and slushy spots, but just kind of here and there. So travel is very possible. The roads are mostly passable, and things are a little bit worse out to the west, and they will more than likely stay that way overnight. We did have some ice and sleet accumulation on the roadways this morning, but most of the ice and sleet did accumulate on the elevated surfaces like tree limbs and all these trees. This is such a sad sight. Really hate to see that. And also on the power lines. So we had a lot of power outages today, and that will also more than likely continue this evening and overnight, but things should improve there too. 30s this evening. Any standing water will more than likely refreeze, and those slick spots can sneak up on you, so you got to take it slow and easy even through tomorrow morning, because we are heading down to 31 in Oklahoma City. Some widespread freezing fog. You combine that with the fact that the fog will be heavy in spots and the black ice. You want to leave early and go slow for your Friday morning drive. Rain is likely tomorrow, by the way, and weekend rain will also pop up too. The timing, where, and how much, and more active weather next week. Your Storm Watch 7-day in just a few minutes.
Jeff, thank you. Right now, rain melted ice from the roads, but higher up, there's still ice covering fences, power lines, and trees. This is a live look at an ice-covered tree in Shawnee right now as people work to clear tree branches and limbs that snapped in the ice. Many are in need of a helping hand. We've got your back with a very unique way that one football team is taking on the task. Fox 25's Jordan Lucero tells us how students are now stepping in to help out. She is joining us live in Shawnee. Jordan.
Here in Shawnee, we've seen a good amount of ice accumulation, much more than we had been seeing in Oklahoma City. Even this evening, it's been melting off these trees, but there is still a lot of ice left on this tree. Firefighters responding to something here in Shawnee. But on this tree, it also snapped off a few limbs. They've already cut them up and they've moved them across the way there. But to cut all this up, to clear that tree debris, it is hard work. So those football players will help out. All around town, Shawnee glistens under a layer of ice. People here say they were lucky to dodge a major ice storm. But what they did get was enough to snap and topple trees. Billy Brown had tree limbs he needed to work to remove at his home.
It's tough work to do that, and the limbs are big and heavy.
Brown realized there are many people who wouldn't be able to do it themselves. He's got a team that can help. Brown is the head coach of the Shawnee Wolves, the high school football team. His athletes will step up to help.
We have kids that love to work, and the kids that don't love to work need to learn to love to work. So it's a win-win for us. And they, they're good kids, and they need to know what it is to give back, and even at that young age.
He bought 2 extra saws and he's put out the call. His team will help cut and clear trees for the elderly, disabled, and veterans in Shawnee.
It's a small token. We can do something back for them, and we have an opportunity to do it, and we take advantage of it.
The football players will spend their time after school for the next couple of weeks, giving back after the storm. The coaches will use the saws. They'll cut up the trees. The football players will haul them off. There's already a local business here in Shawnee that's volunteered their property so they can haul them off there and also burn those for people here in the community. Mike and Wendy.
Good stuff, Jordan. Thank you. Now, if you do have limbs or downed trees at your house, you need help, you can leave a message with the athletics department. We have the number on our website at okcfox.com. So far, more than a dozen people have already signed up to get help from that football team. Wendy.
And with the chance of black ice forming overnight, we've got your back with a few reminders. Black ice happens mostly on bridges and overpasses. Be sure to slow down in these areas in the morning. Also, leave plenty of room between you and the car in front of you. If you do slide, take your foot off the accelerator and turn your car in the direction it's sliding. Let's get back now to Jennifer, who's also tracking road conditions for us tonight. Jennifer.
Yeah, Wendy, the road conditions appear to be much better than they were at this time last night, but still some slick spots. Let's give you a live look here at ODOT's road conditions map. You'll see those blue areas. That means that there's a moderate condition that's not quite as bad as severe. The orange, like we saw yesterday, most of those roads in and around the Oklahoma City metro. We have just gotten an update from ODOT within the last half hour. They said refreezing on wet roads is going to be the big concern tonight statewide. They have crews monitoring that situation, ready to go out and treat the roads should they need to. Salt and sand operations will continue in the impacted counties as needed. Areas with wet roads are closely monitoring for any changes. This is in the Oklahoma City metro, the Panhandle, northwestern counties. They're also monitoring McLean and Cleveland counties as well. So they will be out there, but they are asking drivers to be on the lookout for black ice and take it extra slow just in case.
Jennifer, thank you. All new at 9. You're looking live at the Oklahoma Blood Institute Twitter page. As you can see, they really need donors. They're short because of this winter weather. Now, OBI says the weather has critically impacted their supply of life-saving blood. And the organization also says they need donors of all blood types to replenish that supply. So they're extending their hours tomorrow and Saturday. We've got more information on this on our website at okcfox.com.
Some Oklahoma City firefighters are safe tonight after their truck flipped onto its side on the icy roads. They were responding to a call this morning when their truck went sliding while going downhill. It then hit a curb and landed on its side. No one was hurt. Officials are not sure when the fire truck will be returned to service again. And Mike, for other drivers who, may be headed to the repair shop, I know you have some advice for them.
I do. I have some notes right here. Pay attention now. If you got into a wreck because of this winter system, well, we've got your back. Remember to take notes each time that you talk to your insurance company, police, or really anyone else involved. Write down those dates, the times, and what you talked about, especially any decisions or if any promises were made. If you're getting a rental while your vehicle is being fixed, you need to keep those receipts and the bills for towing and for other rentals.
And the storm means some of you probably did not have your trash picked up today. Street conditions making it hard for crews to get out. So if your trash is still on the curb, you need to leave it there. It could be as late as Saturday until it's picked up. And that all depends on how the roads are moving forward. For bulky waste, you can put that out as normal. And be sure to watch Good Day OK tomorrow morning starting at 5 a.m. Meteorologist Marcy Novak will have the newest models in the morning, and our traffic tracker will be out on the road with a live look for you every 10 minutes.
New details just into our newsroom. A Muskogee student now in custody after campus police found a gun and bullets in his backpack. Another student who possibly knew about the threat is also being investigated. Police began investigating when a parent reported a child saying they had a gun in a student's backpack. Now some parents are wondering why they weren't notified sooner.
We don't want to have 800 parents running up here and there's still someone maybe in the school that we need to find out about.
Campus police are looking at the student's social media to see if he's made any other threats. The Oklahoma Office of Juvenile Affairs is now detaining both students.
Let's take you live now to Washington, where much of the focus today on gun control. President Trump announcing some changes that he would like to see. It's happening at a listening session with state and local leaders. President Trump laid out specific changes that include stronger background checks, working on getting the age up to 21 instead of 18 to buy a gun nationwide, getting rid of bump stocks, and focusing on mental health. Now, the gun control debate is also happening right here in Oklahoma. A bill introduced just this week would allow people to carry a gun without a permit. Fox 25's Caroline Vandergrift joins us live here in the studio with more on this controversial measure. Caroline.
Well, this idea is often called constitutional carry or permitless carry. Under the state's current gun laws, gun owners have to go through 8 hours of training and apply for a permit to carry. This bill would do away with that. Essentially, it would allow anyone who is legally allowed to own a weapon in the state of Oklahoma, so someone who is at least 21 years old and not a convicted felon, to carry a pistol, handgun, or rifle wherever it's legal to carry. In the wake of the Florida school shooting, the conversation has once again turned to gun laws.
Why does this keep happening? Why can't we figure out solutions to stop it?
Jennifer Birch joined the Oklahoma chapter of Moms Demand Action for Gun Sense in America after the Sandy Hook shooting. The nonpartisan organization supports common sense gun law reforms.
Currently in Oklahoma, we actually have strong permitting standards that help keep our communities safe, and we should keep it that way.
That's why she's concerned about House Bill 2951. The proposal would allow people to carry guns without a permit.
There are a large number of people who are otherwise law-abiding citizens, but they cannot afford to pay for a license. It gives those types of people who are not in any way criminals or felons the access to self-defense off of their home premises.
Representative Jeff Cootie is sponsoring the bill. He believes less restrictions for legal gun owners will actually keep people safer.
And in a worst-case scenario, if danger is imminent, you should not be bureaucratically shackled by a law that does not protect anybody but the criminals.
He's hopeful the House will soon put the bill to a vote. A House committee had planned on reviewing the bill this week, but had to postpone because of the winter weather. They should take it up again next week. Now, Moms Demand Action is also planning an advocacy day at the Capitol on Tuesday at 10 a.m. They hope to convince lawmakers not to support permitless carry.
Caroline, thank you. Across the nation, students joining together to call for stronger gun regulation. Denver teens held protests, walkouts, and a lie-in at their state capitol. Dozens marching out of school in solidarity with thousands of other students across the country.
We thought it was important that students united together under one cause and really voiced our opinion and showed that change needs to happen.
They say if nothing else, they hope this is the start of a conversation.
Now let's get to a developing story. Former Trump campaign officials Paul Manafort and Rick Gates are in even more legal hot water. Special counsel Robert Mueller filed some new charges against Manafort and Gates. Now a charging document says the new counts are connected to fraudulent loans the two allegedly procured between 2015 and this year. Manafort and Gates pleaded not guilty last year to money laundering and related charges in connection to their lobbying work.
New tonight. Teachers in Bartlesville are fed up with the size of their paychecks. Now they're talking about taking part in a statewide walkout. A huge crowd showed up at a meeting this week to support the teachers' hopes for raises. The school board will meet next week to talk about shutting down for a teachers' walkout in April. A counselor at the school tells Fox 25 the students are planning a walkout tomorrow morning.
All right, coming up, find out why over a dozen Oklahoma counties could soon be losing the right to sell beer.
Plus, the big change from one fast food restaurant, putting them in hot water with some of their biggest customers.
And our own Myron Patton breaks down how the Midwest City boys basketball team is trying to overcome adversity ahead of this weekend's high school playoff game.
What if I told you the state could be $20 to $40 million better off without having to raise a single new tax? We'll explain where all this money is hiding and how to fix the problem coming up.
New tonight, the state health department tells Fox 25 there have been 20 more flu-related deaths in the last week. That brings the total to a record-setting 173 this flu season. 32 of those were in Tulsa County, 26 here in Oklahoma County. The previous record was set last year at 130 deaths. More than 3,800 people have been hospitalized statewide with flu-related illness.
We're still seeing some power outages across Oklahoma tonight. Not nearly as many as there were earlier this afternoon, but still some to talk about. This is a live look at OG&E's System Watch. You're seeing some power outages in the Shawnee area. About 193 customers there impacted, as well as Durand. That's 280, making a total of 473 people without power. Oklahoma Cooperatives, however, is seeing a much higher number of folks without power. We're seeing just over 2,000 customers still in the dark from this storm. Of course, we'll keep monitoring this for you right here at the live desk.
Jennifer, thank you. We've got your back tonight. Attorney General Jeff Sessions announced today the largest ever sweep of elder fraud cases in American history. 1 in 18 senior citizens in the U.S. will fall victim to a scam. The Justice Department is putting the spotlight on elder fraud this week by announcing the largest ever law enforcement action against criminals who target seniors. More than 250 people are now charged with victimizing over 1 million people across the country.
The rise of new technologies has made it easier for criminals to coordinate their efforts and perpetrate their crimes. The pain, the suffering these criminals inflict on our good and trusting seniors must never be tolerated.
The FBI identified 5 different types of fraud schemes against seniors, ranging from mass mail and telemarketing to more sophisticated schemes like identity theft and account hacking. Sessions also announced a new partnership with Senior Corps. It's meant to educate the elderly about fraud and prevent future victimization.
New tonight, many Oklahoma counties are discussing a change after they might not be able to sell beer anymore. Beginning October 1st, 3.2% beer will not be available. Now, counties will be required to have liquor by the drink approved in order to sell beer in restaurants and bars. 14 counties are discussing the change. Oklahoma is stepping up its aeronautical game. The California-based aerospace company Kratos is moving at least 350 employees and part of its engineering, design, and manufacturing operations to the metro. Governor Mary Fallin announced the expansion last month. Kratos leaders say the move was prompted by Congressman Steve Russell at an event in D.C.
In 2016, at our reception there, Congressman Russell came in and talked to us and said, have you guys considered Oklahoma? It was about the time that we were looking around at multiple states to set up a second site.
Kratos is currently occupying an 8,800 square foot facility not far from Tinker Air Force Base. Within 6 months, the company plans to expand into a 75,000 square foot facility.
All new at 9, the cold weather did not stop a man from trying to burglarize a car. Take a look at this. Around 5 a.m. this morning, a truck pulled up to a home in the Canadian Estates neighborhood. This is in Mustang. A man gets out, tries to get in the car, as you can see right there, but he can't. Residents tell Fox 25 this isn't the first time people have stolen from their cars. Anyone with any information is asked to contact Mustang Police.
And things already fogging up this evening, and it will be foggier for your Friday morning drive. Kids are back in school. Sorry, freezing temperatures. How much rain are we going to get later on tomorrow and then again this weekend? Your Storm Watch 7-day at 9:32.
And coming up, millions of dollars that could be going to fill the state budget hole. We've got your back with how the state is missing out by not enforcing current tax laws. Oklahoma is leaking millions of dollars that could be going to fill the budget hole.
While the state leaders talk about changing taxes or raising taxes, Fox 25's Phil Cross tells us how the state is missing out by not enforcing current tax laws.
If the state of the state makes you want to take a drink, well, belly up to the bar because you won't like this. Oklahoma could be giving up more than $20 million a year by not double-checking tax returns for alcohol sales. At the Edmond Wine Shop, customer service always aims to be top shelf. Owner Vance Gregory started his wine shop in 1973 and has seen the ups and downs of any business. One of the newest concerns is the talk around changing how alcohol is taxed. Right now, before a bottle comes here, there's a per-volume tax called an excise tax.
The tax is included in the cost that I pay.
When a bottle leaves the shelf, it is subject to a sales tax. Each month, Gregory pays the state based on the bottles he sells. But a new study shows not every store is doing that. As economist Jeremy Aller explains, It's called leakage, and in liquor stores, the leaks add up to more than $3 million. But
it's assuming a 20% spill rate, meaning that 20% of the alcoholic beverages will be lost.
that kind of spill rate would mean 1 out of every 5 bottles is broken.
Well, that would be pretty disastrous if we had 20%.
Allers